Hello, welcome to the Ninja Podcast. I'm your host, Justin. Today, for Christmas month, we're reviewing Bad Santa 2, which came out 2016. Holy shit, it's been 4 years. It's a comedy drama. It's an hour and 32 minutes. Directed by Mark Waters. It's a different guy this time. This guy's did like Spiderwick Chronicles, Freaky Friday, and like Mr. Popper's Penguins, which I had to read for school, the children's book version. This movie stars Billy Bob Thornton as Willie, Christina Hendricks as Diane Hastings. Brett Kelly returns for his role as Furman Merman from the previous movie. And you have Kathy Bates as Sunny Soak. What's his name? Tony Cox is back. It's not showing me his name, but I think that's his name. Tony Cox. You got Jenny Segrino as Gina DeLuca and Ryan Hansen as Regent Hastings. So, was this movie as good as the Bad Santa one? Everybody wants to know, right? No. It's the thing where it's like, I watched Bad Santa so many fucking times. I watched it the other day, in spite of, me watching it so many fucking times in my life. It still made me laugh out loud twice in that movie. Here, was there any laugh out loud moments? No. Not really. I couldn't even tell you if there was times where I chuckled in the movie. I did though think it was fun and it was nice to see these characters return. So what's the story for Bad Santa 2? Well, it starts off with Billy Bob Thornton as Willie, he would have been like 59, like Billy Bob Thornton was 59 when he shot this movie, or 58. He's like 65 now. So you see him driving downtown, not downtown, but like driving through town in like a nice car, looking at the hot girls. He gets distracted, by a red-headed busty chick breastfeeding her baby, and like, crashes his nice car, and then you realize, he's not rich or anything. That's not his nice car. He's a valet. So basically, he's still at like 59 years old, living day to day. He's flat out broke, has no money. You see him go at home. He's preparing for a night of drinking and masturbating, but the porn subscription on his TV is expired or like or cut off due to like overdue payments or whatever. So he decides to kill himself. First he tries to put his head in the oven, but realizes, hey, it's really hot in the oven. So he takes his head out. Probably would have been like, a nice touch to have him burn himself, or like, light his hair on fire or something like that. But they decided not to do any of that because, that would be too much effort. It's like, fuck, dude. People burn themselves, using the oven all the time. I fucking burn my fucking arm cooking hot dogs in the oven. I find that's a lot faster. I sometimes I broil my hot dogs, and I find that it's you put them in there for like 10 minutes and it cooks itself. So it's like the easiest way to cook hot dogs, and it's just as good as if you're like fried or whatever. So he goes to kill him. He tries to kill himself by hanging himself off the ceiling fan with a toaster cord. And who shows up? Furman Merman, the kid, who's like 21 now. He still follows around Billy Bob Thornton after all these years. He has a job working as like a sandwich place making sandwiches because he, if you remember the first movie, he likes to make sandwiches. Yeah, there's like a bunch of shit from the first movie that they take and put in this movie, and it's like make it a bigger deal than it was. So like now, like in the movie, in like the first movie, it wasn't like he was autistic or anything. He was just, you know, a shy kid who was lonely, right? Here they flat out make him like autistic and shit, and it's really fucking annoying to me because like he was kind of learning to be like kind of I don't want to say a badass like at the end of the movie, because like at the end of the movie he kicks the shit out of his bully by kicking him in the balls and riding away with pointing, giving him the middle finger, which was fucking badass. Here, like, that's the thing, like, well, characters learn their lessons in the end of the first movie, and they just, like, you know, forget it, which that really pisses me off when movies, sequels do that. But yeah, he's a retard. He's gonna, Billy Bob Thornton was gonna kill himself. Furman Merman is too stupid to realize that, hey, Billy Bob Thornton is trying to kill himself, but tells him, hey, package came in for you. It has a bunch of money and a letter. After Billy Bob Thornton sees all the money, he decides not to kill himself. Asks the kid to bring him a chair. The kid doesn't understand, and the ceiling fan breaks before conveniently breaks. Even though like Billy Bob Thornton looks like what, he's like 80, 90 pounds or whatever the fuck. Yeah, whatever. So after that, he reads the letter. Tony Cox is back in town. He tells him, "Hey, I have a gig for you. We can make a cool $2 million." Because one of my critiques from the first movie was, yeah, it seemed like a lot of effort for these group of people to steal from malls once a year and only making like 100 grand. Here they have a job set up for 2 million grand, but it's in Chicago, the Windy City, with its really high what's it called, gun crime and fake hate crimes as well. Yeah, don't you love the Windy City? Reminded me of that fucking Death Wish remake, which also takes place in Chicago, which I'm thinking of reviewing that movie at some point for this channel. Cause I don't know, it's just like, I did like Death Wish, so, and I'm thinking, well, like, it'd be a cool video to do, or a podcast, where I just talk about, you know, differences between the Death Wish and the remake. Though the remake, a lot of people say it sucks. I kind of like it, but yeah, it would have been better if those art house people made the Death Wish movie they wanted to make. But you know how shit is, right? So yeah, like the person who set up the job is his old mom, who he apparently, even though he never mentioned his mom in the first movie. Turns out he hates his mom more than he ever hated his dad. And apparently it was his mom who taught him how to crack safes. Even though you watch the first movie, he said it like it was his dad that taught him how to crack safes and taught him everything he knows about stealing. Apparently it's his mom, who is played by Kathy Bates. How old is this chick? She's 72 years old. She's only like 7 years older than she's only like 7 years older than Billy Bob Thornton, but they said fuck it, that's his mom. It's like, oy vey. So the place they're stealing from this time is at a crooked charity where the guy who runs it is stealing all the money. He has this hot ass wife played by Christina Hendricks. If you watch the trailer, you know that like Billy Bob Thornton's character eventually fucks Christina Hendricks, and at one point he says, "You have gigantic fucking titties." And at no point, despite the fact there's like 3 or 4 sex scenes in this movie with Christina Hendricks, One of them's a hand job scene, which there's like a few hand job scenes. Some of them involving two men. And yeah, so like at no point do you see her fucking titties, even though in the trailer it implied that you maybe you see her titties in the movie, which you don't. And even I heard from people who reviewed this movie that said that you see her titties in this movie. Apparently not. Which it, you know, it's not a big deal. Her titties leaked a long time ago. You can look it up. I'm sure there's there's a shitload of celebrity new Twitter accounts. You can follow one of them. I actually followed one and I unfollowed it because the guy who ran the fucking Twitter, the celebrity news Twitter account, also apparently had a thing for she-males and would post she-male porn. So once I saw that shit, I'm like, unfollow. It's like, fucking hell. Gay, splendid individual. He's fucking speechless. Yeah, this movie, again, though, like, the whole thing with this movie is all about forgiveness and, like, you know, learning to forgive people. Because, like, you know, Billy Bob Thornton's character, Willie, learns to forgive the one guy and learns to, who tried to kill him in the last movie, learns to forgive his mom. Though at the end of the movie, not only does the midget character double cross Willie, but his mom also double crossed both of them. And and the movie ends with her going to jail for shooting at the midget character. The midget character is at a hospital, and like Willie shows up, and you think, oh, he's about to kill the midget character. What, I can't even remember his name. Marcus? Of course it's Marcus. Yeah, he's about to kill Marcus, and like, no, Marcus constantly taunts Willie that he has an Instagram account, and that's the thing. They reference like new social media shit, like, you know, Instagram, fucking. You even see what's it called, Tinder, which I don't fucking use Tinder. I don't use anything really. I'm drinking water. Actually, it's not soda. It's what's it called? Nestle Pure Life water. I ran out of soda a while ago. I'm gonna get more. And so, what do you think he does at the end of the movie? While Marcus is in a position where he cannot defend himself because, you know, despite he's shot in the chest, for some reason his arm is like in like a fucking what do you call it? Like motherfucker. It's whatever. The guy can't move. You get like a Hangover 4 like photo montage where you see the midget's face with our main character's balls on it in several positions. Which, did we really need to rip off Hangover? And also you get like a rap song at the end, but it's like a Christmas rap song. I don't know. The movie I thought was fun, but it's not particularly that funny. The funniest scene in the movie is where like Billy Bob Thornton is arguing with this other Santa which they're supposed to be taking, you know, donations from people. They get in a fight over their spot because Billy Bob Thornton misunderstood something the other guy said and thinks the guy's a pedophile and beats the shit out of him in front of everybody. He's telling people, hey, get your fucking kids out of here, this guy's a fucking pedo. And the cops show up and he's like, "Why are you arresting me? He's the kid diddler. I'm a fucking hero, goddammit." And says that several times in the movie whenever he gets in trouble. It's like, "I'm a hero, goddammit." And yeah, so I don't know. Sorry for spoiling the movie, but yeah. If I were to give this movie a rating, I give the one. Though I don't sound enthusiastic, I did enjoy the movie and I did like the movie. It's just not particularly that funny, but you know, comedy movies nowadays in the age of woke are pretty shitty. So it's like this movie I thought was good despite the fact, you know, it came out in this fucking climate, and there were like I was surprised to find racist jokes in the movie. Like Willie's pretty racist in the beginning of the movie because the guy's like, uh, he says the G word in reference, "Where's your, you know, wife?" And he's like, "I'm done with that bitch." Yeah, he makes several racist jokes in the movie, which like very brave for them to do that in this woke climate. Yeah, so I'm giving this movie a 7 out of 10. It's pretty good. It's not obviously not as good as the Bad Santa one. I have some good news. I went to the mall, finished my Christmas shopping. I was gonna make a podcast and tell like some funny shit that happened this week and what I did, but I decided not to. I went there to pick up Batman Returns and Iron Man 3 to review for this YouTube for Christmas month. I decided not to buy Iron Man 3, not because it's barely a Christmas movie. It just, like, I don't even know if the whole movie takes place on Christmas. I decided not to buy it because it was like $40 and I had already spent like fucking $200 at the fucking mall. And, oh, I think I spent like $300 this week. It's like, oh, fuck. So I decided just pick up Batman Returns Blu-ray and Fat Man, starring Mel Gibson, Walton Goggins. Which, if you saw it, if you checked out my videos, you have noticed I did a trailer reaction to this. So we're gonna review this for the I would say we're gonna save it for the last week of Christmas month, and for the next 5 days of Christmas month, we're going to be reviewing the first 5 Silent Night, Deadly Night movies for you people who weren't getting enough horror movie reviews. Well, you're going to get a whole bunch this fucking week. Alright, peace.